want to give credit where credit's due. I actually basically just did everything that Cassidy shared on maybe a couple months ago now. I think so, because I remember baby Maddie was just like a few weeks old when Cassidy did her Facebook training. And so we've kind of been doing the same thing. We've just transferred it from an event to a group. And I don't really need to go into like all the details behind that. I personally just think that it's better. And the reason why I like it is because it allows me to schedule out posts. And I'm going to show you guys how you can schedule out posts. And for people like me, or if you have people on your team who are like me and have a lot of kids, usually party hours can be a little crazy. Like people like to gather together at, 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30, 7. Those are the witching hours at my house. And so I love that when I have a virtual event scheduled, I can have these posts going off for me when I'm not physically at my computer hitting post, post, post. So these posts are going off in a series, an event. I'm going to explain all of this while I'm cleaning up from dinner and putting my kids to bed. And then when I finally get to sit down, I'm like, oh, okay, I have people to talk to. People are engaging in the activity that I scheduled this morning in my quiet time, or yesterday when I had some free time. So I think that it's really powerful. And if we have time at the end, I'll go over like how to ask someone to host one of these for you. But we really just want this video to be about the how-tos. How do you set it up? So the first thing that you need to have access to is Beth's mock virtual event 2020 do not post. Again, if you're not in this group, you want to make sure that you're added to this group. Beth said she's going to share the link. So we'll make sure that if you're not already in it, you get put in it. So you need to have access to all of this because this is your guide. All this is meant for you to do is read when these things are supposed to be posted. And you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom when you first get in this group, and you're going to read the details, okay? And it's going to tell you exactly what to do, and it's going to tell you to copy this and then paste it to your group. And it's going to even tell you when that needs to be posted. So the day before the event, the morning of the event. So all of that is super simple. So this is a really important platform. The thing that I think people are the most confused about is how they put their personal touch on it and how they get their videos into this group. So not Beth's group, but your own group, the group that you're hosting. So this is really crucial, you guys. And, I have a lot of people on my team who are using pieces of the videos that I've made, but I really want to encourage you guys to make your own videos. I want you to think, some of you are a brand new consultant, but if you're not, I want you to put yourself back into the position, back into the shoes of being a brand new independent consultant. And maybe Beth is your sponsor. And she said, okay, I've got this date and this date to get you launched and to get you started. After that, we're going to get some bookings and you're on your own, right? So you knew after she launched you that you were going to have to stand up in front of a group of people and give a presentation. This is no different. So you need to be prepared to make your own videos, because you're not going to see the results that you want to see if you're using someone else's videos all the time, okay? People want to join you because of who you are. So I'm not going to get into that soapbox, but just know that it's really important, and you will not have the same results if you're always using someone else's videos. You just won't. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to look at Beth's page. You need to say, okay, what videos are required of me to do? She has a welcome video. The welcome video is super short, super sweet, right? The next video that she has in here is her story, okay? So you need to take notes of this. I need a welcome video. I need a story video. So go through this template first and write down the videos that you need. Then all you're going to do is set up your cell phone and you're going to record yourself. You're going to record yourself sharing your story. Hi, my name's Whitney Haynes. I'm an independent consultant, regional vice president with Arbonne. You're going to share how you were introduced, your fears, your hesitations, all the stuff that she goes over with us to outline your I story, right? Like this is no different than an in-home party. You're just breaking it up in segments in short videos on your phone. So after you have all of this compiled on your phone, your My Story video, who you are, how you were introduced to Arbonne. Then you're going to have a Why Arbonne. So we're going to talk about the ingredient policies and, how many chemicals we ban, all of that stuff, like on your note cards, right? You're also going to have a video about your top 5 favorite products. This is not scripted. You guys, there's not a script for this. You need to really sit down and think, what are my top 5 favorite products? Now, if you just started an Arbonne business yesterday and you've only tried a sample pack, then maybe this is where you use Beth's video of her top 5 favorites. But if you've been in Arbonne longer than 30 days, you should have your top 5 favorites and you should make your own top 5 favorites videos, right? So you have all of these videos compiled on your cell phone. And now what you're going to do is upload them to a business page. And this is where people get confused. So this is Beth's business page where her videos are. You're going to create your own. So Debbie Landers is going to have a business page. Amy Martinez is going to have a business page. The other Amy Martinez is going to have a business page. Every single independent consultant is going to have their own business page. Now, where it gets confusing is because we're not using this like a business page that most people use their business pages for. So you're not going to be posting sales or ads or flyers. You don't want to send a notification to all your Facebook friends to join this group. None of that. You kind of want to keep it as low key as possible because this is just like a landing page for your personal videos, okay? So you're going to go to Facebook. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to lose Beth's page if I do that. Hang on, let me show you guys how to do this real quick. So you're going to go to Facebook. I typed it in wrong. Of course I did. Should have thought this through. And it's going to look a little bit different when you're on your cell phone, but at the bottom left-hand corner, you guys can see groups, events, pages. You're going to click on pages, and it's super simple, you guys. In the right upper hand corner, there's a green button that says create page, okay? That's how you create your business page. So once you have created your business page, you're going to take, just like you were going to post on your timeline, and you're going to click photo video. It's going to look a little bit different if you're operating from your cell phone again, and you're going to upload your videos, not all together. You can't upload all 5 of them at one time. You need to upload them separately and put a title. So take a few minutes, upload your story, and just type in the comments, my story. Take a few minutes, upload the part about the ingredient policy. Name it Why Arbonne. Keep it super short, super simple, so that you know when you're scheduling out your events, how to, like what videos it is that you need. So on Beth's page here, you guys can just click on videos and imagine this is your page and these are your videos. When you're scheduling out your events, all you have to do is click it and then copy and paste the URL. This is a time saver. So I know it feels like it's a time waster in the beginning while you're creating it, but it's a huge time saver later on down the road when you've got 5 virtual events in one night and you need to hurry up and get all of these things posted. Because if you're uploading a 5-minute video from your camera roll to Facebook over and over and over, it takes minutes and it's like spinning and spinning and spinning. So all we're wanting you to do is upload the video to Facebook land one time. And now you've got this URL link that you can use over and over and over and over. So it's super short, quick, and easy, right? So the next thing that I want to show you guys how to do is how to schedule out your post in the events that other people are hosting for you, okay? So let's say we're going to schedule out this top 5 favorite video, right? And you're going to go in order. Beth has them all numbered, post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4. Make sure that you're not copying the part that actually says post number blank 2 minutes after. You don't need to copy that part. You're actually going to start below that. So I'm going to drag, I'm going to copy. Again, I'm not going to use Beth's URL. I'm going to be using my own personal URL that's linked to my business page, okay? So I'm going to copy it, and then now we're going to go to your event. Let's pretend this is your event that someone's hosting for you. Actually, I may have to do it somewhere else because I can't post in Beth's group. We're going to go to your event that someone is hosting for you. I'll just show you guys one that I have on my Facebook. And how to post it. So I'm going to use a group that I have open and show you guys really what this would look like if you were doing it firsthand. Okay, so here's one that we have open right now. And so let's pretend that you've got somebody who's agreed to host a virtual presentation for you. Okay, this is not letting me post either. Here we go. So you're going to go just like you're going to post on your timeline or in the group, and you're just going to paste what you've copied from Beth's page, what you've copied from Beth's blueprint, right? And now all you have to do, see, look, the video, boom, just automatically pops up. It's so simple. All you have to do is scroll down, and instead of clicking post, you're going to click the clock, okay? So you're going to click the clock, and then it's going to ask you when you want this post to go off. So I don't want the post to go off right now because my host and I agreed that the party was actually going to happen tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Okay. So I want this post to go off tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and then I'm going to hit schedule. Okay. And now it's going to disappear and it's not even going to show up until tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Okay. So to show you guys a little trick, because I've done this, I'm like, oh shoot, did I put the right time? Did I mess that up? Oh crap, what did I schedule last? And I'm like, all over the place. So now up at the top of my group, you can see this gray box that says one scheduled post, and you can click see more or see post. And if you do that, it's going to show you what you have scheduled, exactly what it looks like, and the time that it's going to go off. Okay. Now imagine you've got 5 or 6 of these right here. You can be like, oh yeah, okay, I did post that. Okay, what's coming after that? Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. If you need to edit for whatever reason, you click those 3 little dots and you can click reschedule, post now, edit it, however it is that you need to edit it, right? But this is like your secret place that you can see where all the posts are that are going to be going off. Okay. Now people ask a lot of questions about timing. So you'll see in Beth's blueprint group, her mock group, this fake group that we have, however you want to word it, she'll say stuff like time based off last post. Okay, don't let that confuse you or freak you out. It's actually really simple. So this video of Beth is 5 minutes or it's probably 6 minutes actually. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, so this post I'm going to schedule to go off 6 minutes after Beth's video because we want to give people adequate time to watch the videos, okay? And to kind of give you guys an example of how I keep track when I'm scheduling these, I just take a little Post-it note and I just write down, okay, I've got a video going off at 7:05. Now I have a video going off at 7:07, 7:09, 7:15, and I just write it on a sticky note so that I don't have to keep revisiting, see my post, and this just keeps me organized and I time it out that way. So that's just like a little hack that I've learned to kind of keep my head in the game so that I don't get confused. And then the last part that I'm going to in depth explain, I know we're going to have a lot of questions, is the biggest difference in this and why I feel like we're having so much success. And again, thank you, Cassidy, for introducing me to this and our team to this. But in the past, we've tried to do Facebook events where we're like, post 3 or 4 days in a row, and you're only posting like 2 or 3 times a day, and it's really long and it's really drawn out, and it hasn't been super effective. And then usually in that time frame, you're doing 20 to 30 minute live. Okay. And as you guys all know, just like with a training call, sometimes it's hard to capture an audience's attention for 20 to 30 minutes. Let alone someone who's not invested in Arbonne. They've never tried Arbonne's products before. They don't even know why they need to use Arbonne's products. And now you're asking them to sit and listen to you speak for 20 minutes, right? So that has been difficult to get people to attend in the past. But the reason why there's so many videos and the reason why it's broken down, I remember Terry Fisher used this analogy at my very first district manager retreat. She said, think about a steak. You don't just shove the whole thing into your mouth and blood's like pouring all over your face, right? No, you cut it up bite by bite by bite. This is no different, right? So this Facebook event, think about your in-home, in-person party presentation broken down bite by bite by bite, right? Those are your videos. Your story, how you were introduced to Arbonne, why Arbonne, some of your favorite products, the easy reset, talking about the 30 days to healthy living. I think Beth has a video. No. So we're using Dr. Tanda Cook's video about skincare, and then we have a close video, right? So we're touching all the major points in short bite-sized pieces. And the feedback that we're getting from people who are attending these are, thank you so much. The videos are so doable. It was so easy to sit down and watch a 5-minute video. And so we're getting lots of really great feedback. And because people are actually taking 5 minutes out of their day to watch these videos, the purchases are going up. Now I do want to put a clause there. There is nothing that replaces sales and sponsoring like an in-home group presentation. You are still going to feel like maybe you're having to do more follow-up after the virtual event. You guys, honestly, in today's world with technology, with people using any sort of Facebook platform, any sort of Instagram platform, text messaging, anything aside from setting face to face with a person, you have to do more follow up. Like, I would honestly argue to say that in 2020, like 95% of our business is follow up. So if you don't have a strong follow up game, you're probably not bringing a lot of new preferred clients or independent consultants into your business right now. And so I would just say, get organized, like get a notebook, I just bought a 5-subject notebook so I could have sections, like write down who I'm talking to on Facebook, who I'm talking to in text, like get organized, find your system. Like, we can't tell you how to do that, but that's going to be key in making sure that this event is successful for you. So we also have a invite for your host. And again, I'll go over that if I have time towards the end. But we have an invite that you can send to your host, and then it's going to be your responsibility to make sure that you're following up with those people. And Cassie and I kind of talked about this a little bit. You're going to have a host, just to kind of give some numbers to you guys. Like, let's say a host has 30 people in their group. This is what I want you guys to expect. You may have 2 or 3 that engage on your post. Not all 30 of those people are going to engage in your post. What I do and what I've been teaching my team to do is touch all 30 of those people, friend request all 30 of those people, but I only send them like 1 or 2 messages, the whole entire group. And then I really hone in on the ones that are engaging. So the ones that have engaged on the post, they've liked, they've commented, they've participated in the giveaway entries. I'm spending most of my time there. And the other people, because I've sent them a friend request and we've kind of started this like song and dance and we're dating or whatever, they're in my funnel, right? And I don't want to forget about them. They're in the funnel. That's why you need to have a good follow-up system and a paper trail. But most of your activity, the sales, the sponsoring, all of that are going to come from the people who are engaging. So why so many virtuals? What we have noticed is that if you have a virtual event with 30 people, don't get super excited. You're probably only going to have real conversations with 2 or 3 of those individuals. But if you do 5 parties in one night, you may be having real conversations with 10 people or 15 people. And there's no limit to how many you can schedule to go off. And it doesn't matter where you are, what you have going on in your life, what your kids have going on in your life. This is working for you. You just need to make sure that you have time to follow up the next day and go back and revisit the people who have been engaging. So scheduling a post, again, it's super simple. You click the clock instead of the post and you schedule it. I'm going to stop talking because I feel like we're going to have a lot of questions, and I've been talking for about 20 minutes. So whatever you guys need me to elaborate on more, just unmute yourself and ask. And Beth, are you cool with that? Did I touch the big points?
Sorry, I was saying yes, then I was muted.
Okay. Yeah. So, and one of the things that I shared to my team, you guys, is just like anything, like don't reinvent the wheel. These giveaway entries, the questions that are on here, don't change them. Don't alter them. Keep them the way that they are, because this is a surefire way for you to have a easy way to communicate with someone. Like this one says, what type of skin do you have? Don't change that, because when Debbie Landers goes and comments on this post and says, oh, well, I have combination oily skin, nothing ever works for me. Bam. I get to follow up with her and I get to say, hey, Debbie, I noticed that on one of the giveaway entries, you commented that you've had some crazy issues with your skin. Tell me what you've used in the past. And it's a simple, easy way for me to open up dialogue and communication with her. Like this one, giveaway entry, comment below one thing that you're addicted to. Guys, this is funny. People start commenting like, oh my gosh, I'm so addicted to sugar. After the virtual event is up, I get to go back and say, hey there, Amy Martinez. I noticed on one of the giveaway entries, you commented that you are totally in love with your diet soda. Have you ever considered like a healthy lifestyle change? I open up coaching groups like once every 2 weeks, and I would love to help you break that habit. So these giveaway entry questions it's like people are feeding you what they need. Like it can't get any more simple than that. They're like basically begging, I need Arbonne. And you just have to use your Arbonne ears and listen to, like Carlita always says, their dreams, their desires, and their discontents, right? Okay, I'm done, really done.
Hey, Whitney.
Yes.
Hey, I two questions. So I've done a couple of these already, and kind of worked out some of this already. 2 questions that I have for you is, number one of the posts is like, turn on your notifications
Yes.
for this thing, and that seems to be like it's a group, I mean an event and not a group. Can you still turn on the notifications in the group and not, yeah, that one?
It's the same thing.
Because I had people say, I don't know where to find this, and I can't find it either because I'm going in as the moderator of the group. So that's still the same, because nobody's been able to find that in the group. So it's actual group, not an event inside the group, right?
Yes, correct. This is a
Okay.
group. There's no event inside the group. So this is an old photo, and I can make a new one if I need to. I haven't ran into that issue because it's basically the same thing. Let me see. I'm going to try and find a group that I can do that to and show you, because I have so many that I'm the admin for. And when I create these, I have to have somebody who's not the admin send me screenshots because you're right. When you are the admin, it's different for you.
Whitney,
So let me find
our nation page, Transformation Nation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know mine are already turned on in there, but
you can at least show where you would do that.
yeah. So when you're
people of you on here aren't turned on this, so you need to make sure you are, because a lot of folks they miss announcements.
okay, hang on just a second. I got to figure out how to do it not on my cell phone. Hang on. Hang on. Let me do it from my phone first, because that's what I use like 90% of the time. It's easier for me to do it that way. Transformation Nations. Okay. So I don't know where you would click on a desktop. So on my cell phone, all I have to do when I'm in the group is click those 3 little dots in the right upper hand corner.
Right.
And when you click those 3 little dots, it's the same picture, notification setting.
Okay, because she said that they couldn't find it, and I was like, again, because I was the admin, I was like, I can't see it either, so I can't direct you. Okay.
Sorry, it's the same thing. So you just click notification settings, and it looks the same exact way. Those are just pictures of someone using it from their cell phone, because I think most people do use them from their cell phone versus a desktop. And so again, they would just want to make sure that all posts are turned on, and then they just take a screenshot. And you can't really take a screenshot again if you're on a desktop. I mean, you can, but I think that's kind of confusing to figure out. Yeah, it's the same.
On your desktop, it's the notifications thing right there. Like, look at more than share than notifications. See how now in the middle section, right? Yeah, not there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the notifications.
Oh, you said turn on the notifications there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next question I had is there was this, again, with Cassidy's training, it was like you could go and friend, like say that people were going to those things, but that again was an event and not part of the group. So if she's in, because I've only done a couple, and only one is actually invited people, but I couldn't see who she invited. Am I missing something as to like try and go, find and friend those people that she's invited if they haven't accepted the invitation to the group? Does that make sense?
No. So the only way that you're going to be able to like friend request people this way is when they're members of the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have to be members of the group for you to be able to see that.
And they have to accept the invitation to the group.
Correct.
And so when you're sharing that invitation to the group, to the hostess, so that they can share it to their invitees, what is the most effective way that you're finding to share that link with the hostess so that they can share it?
It's just communication. Like, let's pretend that you're hosting a virtual event for me. So I would just say, so I ask you, Christy, will you host a virtual event for me? You say, yeah, sure. And I'm like, okay, great. I just created your event. I'm going to add you to it right now. Make sure that you accept the request. And then you're going to go check your notifications, and you're going to say, yeah, I accepted the request. I don't do anything else until my host tells me, yeah, I got it. I accepted it. And then I'll give them instructions. Okay, great. This is where you're going to add people to your event. Like, this is where it's all going to go down. You're going to add people, and you want to make sure that they have accepted that request. And then I will give them the verbiage, the invite. Send this to the people that you want to invite to your group. And they're like, okay. And I even check in with them. Like I had a host the other day. She was like, yeah, I'm excited to have a few people who said yes. And then I went to her group and there were no members. So I checked back in and I said, hey girl, I just want to make sure that you understand that they have to accept the invite to this group. And so it's just back and forth communication with them. It's no different than in-person hostess coaching, right? Like we have to, if we want to get people to actually show up and be physically present on someone's couch, we're like, here's the invite. This is what you need to say. Tell them to come. Make sure you send a reminder 30 minutes or, 2 days before. Hey, are you still coming? Make sure that you touch base with them the day before. So it's the same thing. We're just redirecting traffic in a different way. And you're more than welcome to copy the group URL to share the group. So like if I was going to do Transformation Nations, then I would just copy it and then I would go to my messenger and I would just say, like, this is my team, but I would just say like, hey, Chrissy, here's the link to the party. When someone says yes, send them this link.
Okay.
And now all she has to do is copy and paste it, right? So it's just, we've just got to give them simple, easy steps to do. And it's going to be different for every host, right? Just like every in-person host you have, if I'm hostess coaching my grandmother to host an in-person event, I'm going to be asking her to make phone calls to people. If I'm hostess coaching my, 21-year-old sister, she's going to be sending text messages to people. And so that invite is going to look a little bit different. So you may have to copy and paste the URL to someone, or all you have to say is just like, make sure they accept the invite and they get it. Everybody's going to be different there. You just have to make sure that you've played with it enough yourself that you know what you have to do to get people to accept.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. I mean, because I've had people with the different groups that we've had say, oh, I don't see the invitation in my notifications sometimes. And so I'll go like, well, I've sent you the invite, when we did our green is the new black one, and they couldn't find the notification in there. So I'm just trying to figure.
You can always send them another invite. Like, I don't know if I can pull it up, but I know like when you go to I think it's when you go to members.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it would have you can like invite the members to the group, right? But I think that if they've already sent the invitation, but that's all right. I just wanted to know so you're just saying do both things, yeah. And sometimes this will work and sometimes that'll work, and there isn't like one that you are finding is more producing better results than the other. It's just do it all.
Yeah. It just depends on the person, right? Like we're all individuals. We all have different technology struggles. And so I may just say like, hey, I sent you the notification. And one person may be like, awesome, great, got it. And I may have another person that's like, yep, still not seeing it, And so I'm like, okay, here's the URL.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
Whitney, I was just going to say that in the members, when it says invite list, you can go back and remind them. There's like a reminder.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of a while ago.
Yeah.
Reminder button. But so Amy, so that would apply like if you're hosting your own event, like if you're hosting your own group, but if Debbie's hosting for me and I don't know who she invited.
But that's where she could go in, right, and look. Or you would be an admin on that too, though, wouldn't you?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, Whitney, you're making a new group for each individual hostess, correct?
Correct. Yes. And I will tell you guys that, some people may not like that. And here's the thing, guys. There's going to be pros and cons to any kind of event that you do online. There's a pro to doing an event. There's a con to doing an event. There's a pro to doing a group. There's a con to doing a group. I do groups because I can schedule posts, and my life requires that. Like I need that to happen for me. I need an extra set of hands. And so it just makes life a little bit easier. But the other thing that I love about groups, and again, if you're a type A personality and you cannot stand the fact that you have, 5 or 6 or 20 million open groups, it may bug you a little bit. But let me try and shed some light on the beauty of this. At the end of the month, when I went back through and I was like, oh shoot, okay, because I'm super organized. I write down all the people that I engage with on a 40 faces sheet. That's probably like another training for another day. But I keep up with all of these people in one place at one time. And at the end of the month, when I was going back to hit really big goals, I was able to click on each one of these open groups that I had, and I was able to post like, hey, FYI, if you guys decide that you want to purchase a 30 Days Healthy Living Kit today, your sign up fee is going to be waived, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And then bam, I had access to all these different networks, bam, 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 bam. And it was super helpful because it wasn't like the event was just gone and I lost access to these people. The other thing that I've been doing is I will friend request them once when the group is first open, but before that group is done, like before the scheduled posts are over with, I go back through and I'm like, who didn't accept my friend request? And I'm going to friend request them again, because my goal is to grow my network. And so I want all of these people to be my friends on my timeline, on my page, because I want them to see me sewing Arbonne into my life all day, every day, 24/7, right? Like I want them to be thrown into the funnel regardless if they purchase through this group or not. But I will tell you guys that people are typically, pulling the trigger or making a purchase. We see big surges in purchases on Fridays. It's paydays for people. We make sure that we follow up on Fridays. And usually that's when we're like, yeah, like I had a chance to watch the videos. I do think I'm really interested in the 30 days. And it may be the Friday after the event, or it may be 2 Fridays after the event, or 3 Fridays after the event. But it's just knowing that you have planted the seed, and now they know what Arbonne is and they want to get a part of it. They're just trying to figure out how, right? And it just requires follow-up.